I'm Ryan, so this is what you're going to do when you want to make pie charts. We have this data already extracted for us, so I'll help you make the tamoxifen pie chart, but you can do the same thing if you wanted to do surgery and those that had sleep disorders, chemotherapy, those that had sleep disorders. You can even compare the other estrogen blockers, but those would be pretty boring pie charts there. But let's go ahead and take a look here. First thing I want to do is I want to make sure that I set up my data so that it is telling me very specifically what the two options were for the answers, so yes or no when it comes to sleep issues. So sleep, I'm going to type in sleep issues, and yes and no, and then the second column will be number of people that answered in that way, and we'll be specific of sleep issues with tamoxifen. So that we can be precise in what we're talking about. I'm going to put it in that already because you're probably going to have multiple of these over here, so you don't want to just have like sleep issues versus number of people. You'll get yourself confused. The number of people that said yes for this was 65, and the number of people that said no that were using tamoxifen but didn't have sleep issues was 72 minus 65 is 7. If you don't want to do the math, you can always use this to do the math for you. You just say equals 72 minus 65. Boom, it tells us 7. I'm so good at this. Highlight the data then and go to Insert Chart. We are going to specifically pick a pie chart. There are a couple versions of the pie chart, whether it's a straight two-dimensional one, a donut chart, which is just a pie chart but with a hole in the middle, and a three-dimensional pie chart like that. Up to you entirely on how you want to make it, but we'll go ahead and start with a regular pie chart here. It should automatically be able to list the two things that we have here, the number of people being the value that is inside here, and the sleep issues combined here. To customize this, there's a couple options we can do. We can change background color and chart border color if we want to. Like we said before, we can make this three-dimensional just by clicking on that. You can change some font styles if you want to match it to your poster. Feel free to do that. More options about this. You can increase and make a donut hole in the middle if you want to. I don't know why you would. You can also make the pie chart actually have a border if you wanted to. So let's say you wanted those pieces to be more extracted and see the edges better. You could have a border color for that. Or let's say you wanted dark colors and you wanted the white between them. That's totally fine too. You can change what the labels inside of these mention, whether it's a label for yes and no, or the value, the number of people that you surveyed that had those specifics. I would go with the percent because that means that you're showing off exactly what percent of the people that answered you had those problems. And you can change everything that you like about the label itself, whether make it bold, turn it into a different font, stuff like that. You can even make it a different text, things like that. You can change the colors of the pie slices individually. So let's say that you were using, I don't know, a very pink poster, like one of the ones from the templates that are up there. Well, pink is definitely an option. Maybe you go with a bright pink like this for the yes column, and for the no, you can have a lighter pink, something like that. Up to you entirely. You can even change the title here and be specific for it. Number of people with sleep issues while taking tamoxifen. And you can change the font size of that. You can make it bold, whatever you want. You can also change the chart subtitles to include a subtitle, tamoxifen in treatment. And you can see it just pops up right underneath there. Probably don't need a subtitle if you don't want it. The legend is probably where you want to do the most changing around, because sometimes these labels aren't really all that good looking, especially when there's just yes or no here. You can always make labels that are beneath it or to the left of it, wherever you choose. The automatic is going to be those directed labels, though. You can make them bolder, you can make them bigger, different colors, whatever you want. That is all that you can do to modify your pie chart. You can, of course, make it bigger or smaller. It automatically erases those if you have it in auto. But once you have done all that you like to this, I would hit copy chart, and then when you go to your, let's go to a blank poster template. I'll just make a PowerPoint. Oh my gosh. I'll make a slide just like the poster will be in. When you go to insert the pie chart by pasting, it'll ask you whether or not you want to link it to the spreadsheet or paste it unlinked. I would always go with link to spreadsheet, because now anytime that I edit the data on here, let's say I get 10 more people to take my survey and that goes up, well, I can just go back here and update it. Let's say I want to change the colors that I have to blues instead of pinks. We can update that. Boom, boom. How about that? Cool, cool, cool. That's how to make a pie chart. I think it's an awesome idea to have multiple of these if you wanted to. So just digest that data a little bit and then put this all together for yourself. Obviously, you don't need yes 91%, no 8.5 twice in the same thing, so it's up to you entirely on how you do this, but I trust you to be able to make one that looks good. Good luck.